Hey, it's Joe Camposano, Camposano Insurance. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to talk about what you think, or what I think, the proper way to figure out how much insurance you really need. There's no sense of adding more insurance coverage than you really don't need. The first thing I do is I always ask our clients to just please don't risk more than you can afford to lose. So if you've got a good bank of money and you can afford to lose $100,000, don't risk more than you can afford to lose. The other thing is you don't want to risk a lot for a little. So I had this conversation with my young son yesterday where we were talking about split limit liability, which I'm not a fan of. I like combined single limit, it's the max coverage. But if you have an auto policy and you have 100, 300, 100, pretty much most cars today are under $100,000. So if you get into an accident, that third number, which is property damage, you'll be covered for the property damage. However, if you get unlucky enough, and we use the example of that new Z06 Corvette, which is $106,000 retail, if you hit that car and you destroy it, and you only have $100,000 of property damage, not only are you out your deductible, you're also out another $6,000 because your coverage is only covering up to $100,000. I know it's a weird example, but remember that is what you're risking at that point. I mean, listen, it's the cost for $300,000 liability to $500,000 is about $75 a year. Conversely, if you go from $500,000 to $1 million, it's about $180 a year. So when I say don't risk a lot for a little, it's not a lot of money to protect the total assets. Big thing I'm a proponent of. If you have a pool, a boat, motorcycle, anything with the kids in the house, and you don't have an umbrella liability policy, you're gambling. You're doing what we call Las Vegas insurance. Frankly, look, you're gambling with that. If somebody injures someone and there's multiple people injured, and your house is worth $500,000 and you only have $500,000 worth of coverage on your auto, these claims can turn into $1 million overnight. You would lose it all without that umbrella. So when you're assessing your risk, and you want to say, hey Joe, this is the amount of coverage I need, take these guidance into consideration. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Otherwise, spend a few dollars, get the extra coverage on especially the liability and the property damage, okay? If you have any questions on insurance, give me a call, 732-892-8826, or go to jcamposano.com. Hope everybody enjoys their day. Be safe, all.